And we are live. We are back with Demi SEA Weekly number 6. I am Light_VIP, and with me is the lovely, he's no longer insane, it's Sano.
Hello. Good to be here. Demi Semi.
it's the Demi Semi, mate. We're here, and speaking of, we've got the man himself.
Yeah, we do. But in the top left, in the purple, for playing for Mind Freak, it is Pezz.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have the Indian Zerg player representing Downfall Gaming. This is his very own tournament. We'll see if he gets knocked out in the first round. It is Demi.
Right, so Pezz started very quickly there, sending the probe immediately across the map, and did manage to get that block on the natural, and forcing Demi to take that front base as the natural.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's something that we've seen a lot more when it comes to this matchup. A pretty interesting third base that Demi decided to take.
Yeah, so this is the third base that I feel like Zerg should be taking. Like, I mean, obviously I'm not a super pro, but I just feel like it's a very nice third to take, just because it's so open to attack into. Like, it's very hard for Protoss to force field properly.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like it's a better base to defend against, like a 2-base attack.
Especially compared to the other third, where, like, again, as you said, there's it's like a lot more choky. It's so much more easier for Protosses to kind of force field and break in.
Yeah, it's like they take the third, want to go Ravages, and then just kind of hold them out of the base instead of trying to, like, just kill their army. Yeah, but I like this third better, just because if you do have Ravages and Lings, you do want to kind of just crush an army instead of just pushing it back.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll see what Demi does with this. Again, it's kind of interesting because despite saying that, like, more often than not, we do see Zergs expanding to the north instead. So yeah, it's pretty interesting that Demi has decided to go for this. And yeah, we'll see how Pezz does here. Again, Pezz, of course, I always say this, I kind of rate him pretty highly when it comes to the Australian Protosses. Especially in this matchup, I kind of favor him a little bit more than even Probe. But at the same time, like, we're also kind of in the off season, right? It's December, DreamHack's done for the year.
Well, Pezz is like one of the players that does still put in the work. Like, he has been laddering a lot, but he has been switching between Protoss and Terran on the ladder. So whether that affects him tonight, he's basically keeping his hands warm. Like, so he's still pretty ready to play. I mean, Demi as well, he's just a machine when it comes to laddering StarCraft, so I don't keep up with his ladder. So I know he's been pretty busy with uni lately too, so...
Yeah. If he's not busy with uni and if he's not playing Dota, then yeah, he's here, he's playing StarCraft. Yeah.
And okay, so there's an interesting thing to note off the start is he did get that hatch block on the nat, but he didn't throw the Twilight down after getting that successful block. He went into the Stargate.
Yeah, which is pretty interesting. Again, like, just because you deny the natural hatchery doesn't necessarily mean Glaive Adepts are going to be coming out. It does help out when it comes to, you know, pulling off something like Glaive Adepts. It makes things a little bit harder to defend.
I think the big thing is you're trying to force the Zerg to scout you with an Overlord as well, so they can confirm that it is Glaive or not. And if your Oracle can get across the map with no scout, is that only one Spore coming up so far?
Yeah, I mean, the spores are done. There's one spore, at the third base, or the kind of quote-unquote natural base. But despite that, a drone does get picked off.
Yeah, only a little bit of hull damage there. And what did you follow up with that second Oracle? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the question that I'm asking. Like, okay, so from here, where does Pezz go? Because you can do quite a number of things, and there we go. We see the Forge and the Twilight Castle being thrown down. Yeah,
quite standard play there from Pezz. I don't think he's gonna go Glaive here, but Pezz, being the player he does like to shake things up quite a lot in the meta. Like, he looks like he's playing meta, and then he puts a little bit of his own little shift on it.
Yeah, I was honestly so surprised. Yesterday he played in GPO, and he actually whipped out, like, double Stargate play, and I was like, whoa, like, I don't I don't normally expect that from Pezz.
He loves his daily units, okay.
Yeah, definitely. I was just pleasantly surprised because it does show that like Pezz, he's widening like, you know, his level of, or like what he's willing to go for. But
DT shown. A late DT shown.
The problem is, yo, Demi, he's waddling the queens across the map. Like he's stopped droning. He's making a massive wave of lings.
Yeah, he's coming for a big attack here. He's going to spot this Pezz. So good thing he gets a big spot off before the queens get across the map, so he can decide whether or not he's going to sack that third or just defend behind the wall. He's got plenty of time to get batteries up. He's left that Stalker for death, though.
Yeah, but unfortunately, the Stalker did go down. He did basically abandon his third base, but you know what? That's just going to buy him a little bit of time. He did already throw down quite a number of shield batteries.
Well, the big thing here for... he could have got a transfuse off there. That was a bit lazy by Demi. But loses Ravager. He's going to sack his third, but this is buying a lot of time to get that Dark Shrine up, and there's no detection across the map yet. There's no lair on the way, even.
Yeah, the lair only just started, so there's not going to be any detection whatsoever. So if he buys just barely enough time and he manages to get a couple of DTs out, Pezz, he's going to be fine.
Yeah, he can push the army away. The sad thing is though, Demi, what's his drone count out? It is actually below Pezz's still. But Demi's actually opted to go back home and drone up. So he gets a third base, has a big army, and disappears. So now he's just going to be careful of the DT play.
Yeah, honestly, I really respect this from Demi. Like, again, he's not being too stubborn. He's not like, yo, I wanted to go for this big attack. I'm going to commit to it. I'm going to try and break you at your natural and potentially lose the game because of that. So, yeah, he backs off instead. Yep.
It's his drone count back up. Demi, Pezz knows he can retake his third base because he's going to be safe if he tries to attack early again now with his DTs. So he can confidently get his army going again. He won't have a warp prism, so he can't warp drop those DTs across the map, so they're just going to be walking around and they're making some noise on those creep tumors. So Demi is aware of it, starts his Overseer.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame, like, because he delayed his robo for so long and because he doesn't have a warp gate, it's a little bit difficult to really be active out on the map if you're Pezz, especially like, you know, going deep on creep. So because of that, Demi's kind of just free to macro up.
Yeah, but the fourth base is so late here from Demi too. Pezz is going to have time to catch up. The scary part is he's got to slow down the transition to Hive, I think.
Yeah, definitely. As we do see, the Infestation Pit is on the way as well as that fourth and all the upgrades, which were, again, kind of delayed because Demi was committing so much to this 3-base play. So, yeah, things are going to kind of just slow down a little bit.
Yep. Pezz finishes up his third base. Oracles are still playing around the map. He might actually get this queen.
Oh.
Yes, he will. Good play.
Yeah.
Nice little pick.
Nicely done. At the same time, Demi, he's just going in, confirming what kind of tech Pezz is going for. Again, because there is that Stargate, there's the potential for like even going into a fleet beacon earlier on or something like that. So just making sure.
I don't think Pezz even showed Blink there. Like, he walked in a bunch of Stalkers to kill that Overseer, and I don't think he burnt Blink there. So that's something that Demi doesn't quite know of yet, and that's Pezz getting a lot of Stalkers right now with +2.
Oh yeah, a lot of Stalkers. Finally, we see the warp. Yeah, we see the warp prism on the way, and I love this. We don't see enough of this. Cham does this a lot, and I'm pleasantly surprised Swarmhost coming in here.
I almost feel like Blink Stalkers are a little bit better here because they're way more mobile. So as soon as he ducks out of a Swarmhost, oh man, those double Oracles got some work done.
Oh yeah.
No more drones.
Oh god, yeah, no spores whatsoever, no anti-air. That's really one of the big things that Demi is lacking and Pezz is definitely abusing. As you said, Stalkers of course are much more mobile compared to Swarmhost, but again, if Demi can hold off like defending and, you know, is able to send off some Locust Waves across the map, like Pezz is gonna have a hard time defending against that. Yeah,
but with Pezz in his face right now, he can't put the Locusts across the map. He has to use them to defend, and giving Pezz that info is so good for Pezz.
Oh yeah, definitely. And we do see he is pushing into the fourth base location. There's just Lings and Ravages here. He does reveal the Swarmhosts. Yeah,
he does see it with that Observer as well. That's nicely placed there. So you can see exactly what they're doing, where they're going to drop, whether he has to retreat. And he's hitting a nice spot. All the Lings have been cleaned up on the front here. Now it's just +2 Blink Stalkers versus a handful of Roaches on the ground. So he does have to force his first Locust Wave.
Ooh, but Demi, he only uses half of his Locust. I like that, you know, he's trying to stagger his waves. Ooh.
Yeah, the Observer saw that though, so it was, he might have a bit of a play hand and blink forward. Oh no, he's gonna tank it. Loses one stalker though.
Yeah, he does lose one stalker, and Demi, he is fighting without his Locust.
Aggressive play.
Yeah.
Yeah, aggressive play to actually dodge all the Ravager bars, but plus 2 stalkers, man, they annihilate those roaches.
Oh yeah, definitely. It does force another Locust Wave out from Demi. Behind this, we have Colossus coming out. Mate, we got a Fleet Beacon coming out.
Yeah, but the army supply might just be too big of a talking point right now as Demi's finally pushing him back. He was almost maxed out there. He's got such a big army, but his economy is still not great.
Yeah. It's also important to note that this army is also very inflated. Like, we have a lot of Roach Ravager, we have a lot of Locusts Swarm Hosts. When they use their Locusts, they're kind of dead supply, so there is still a chance here for Pezz.
Yeah. Mothership's coming out, so that's going to be a big play coming in, especially with the Locusts out on the map too, because those Swamp Hosts, even though he hasn't killed them, right now, they're not doing anything. They're coming across the map to do something though.
Yeah. It's always fun to see the Waddle Squad. Like, there's no Nidus here, so they kind of just have to crawl around the map doing what they can. Locust Wave does get used, but with these Colossus, Pezz should be able to clean this up.
He's going to walk back a little bit, though. Doesn't want him to fall on top of him. But yeah, he gets to defend that pretty handily. Oh, and a big Zealot walk to this base. We'll get a kill on that Spine Crawler.
Yeah, there is some sack defense, so Demi will hold, but again, like, you know, Demi used the Locust Wave, it didn't really get much damage done whatsoever, and even though Demi has been close to maxed out, like, he just hasn't really been able to do too much. Yeah,
now Pezz's army is starting to get really, really scary. His Mama is on the way, it's over halfway done, +3, or nearly halfway done. Once he gets that composition ready, even though he won't be maxed out, his army is way stronger than Demi's.
Oh yeah, definitely. Something that Pezz is lacking a little bit is a bit of map vision out on the map. Like, he's struggling to keep up with these Locust Waves, so eventually they may start dealing some damage, as we do say they are going into the main.
Yeah, there is, the Forge is open. But he's going to go for the Nexus. Oh no, he does go for the Forge. Okay, that's a good pick. He can save it, he can save it! The Mothership rallied the wrong way.
Oh my god, the Forge does get taken out. And again, imagine if that wave was like a couple of seconds sooner and he actually focused the Nexus and denied the Mothership. Like, that was so close for Demi.
Close calls everywhere, man. But he got +3. That's a nice pick either way. Because now, as we see, he's rebuilding 2 Forges here. So probably, what do you reckon he's going for, armor or shields with that second Forge?
I want to say shields, but I mean, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what Pezz decides to go for here to favor his army. I'm really surprised that he only got the Fleet Beacon just for the Mothership. Like, he's not really committing into any other, like, Skytoss unit.
Yeah, this fourth play is going to get denied, but he does have a lot of overseas, but oh man, the Mothership, I still think it's going to be able to be pretty well worth its weight. Like, he can use, I feel like with the Mothership there, he could have used Time Warp there to stop those roaches from getting away.
Yeah, at the moment he's just using it to cloak his army, and again, a lot of those lurkers went down. The Swarm Hosts are a little bit exposed as well, and Pezz, he did lose his base, but he's pushing away the army. Yeah,
he's got 4 Colossus in that army. He's still very scary. I don't think there's any armor upgrades at all for the Zerg, so there's 4 Colossus just going to do work on this army, and now he knows what the Swarm Hosts are.
Oh god, the Swarm Hosts have revealed themselves, and mate, they're going to die. They're not going to be able to escape.
Yeah, he will get a couple of stalkers for his for something. He won't be able to get a deny on that base.
Oh,
he does cancel it.
Oh yeah, he does get the base.
All those Swarm Hosts are going to die.
Exactly. Oh my god, there's a lot of disruptors that are stuck
here. The disruptors are just chilling. Well, he'll see that now. He should see that now.
Should is the key. Oh god, Pezz, please. Let's hope that it doesn't come down to him not having enough AOE.
Oh no, he's gonna notice when he gets across the map. He's like, "Where are my disruptors?"
Oh god, yeah. He needs like a War Prism to get them out of there, or just like kill some of those gateways.
First, like, he gets down, but there's 9 more where that came from the back.
Ooh, and +3 is actually really exposed as well.
Oh yeah, actually, that's a very interesting spot for a evolution chamber. He's going to start sieging it up, it seems. Oh, not just yet. By this time, I think the disruptors are finally coming across. Yep.
Okay, it's okay. The boys are free. We're good. They're coming over.
Putting across the map too, which is kind of scary for that 4th base. Once again, going to get a few Zealots there, but it might not be enough. Oh no, the Zealots are doing a job.
Oh yeah, the Zealots should be enough to clean up the Link, so Pezz doesn't have to worry about that. Meanwhile, the balls are coming in.
4 more disruptors go down. Mothership doing its best. He does get pulled in. Unfortunately, she will go down, but this army from Pezz is still standing strong.
Yeah, definitely. Again, though, I'm a little bit concerned just because.
+3.
Oh yeah, he gets it.
Good pick up there for Pezz. He's still sieging it up. His 4th base still stands. Demi has taken a 5th base at the north side of the map, but not quite mining from it just yet. His economy has been really rough this whole game.
yeah. I don't think he's ever gotten up into the echelons of like 70 or around 70 workers.
It's almost like he's been watching too much Gogo Joey and Mia Micah.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing, mate. He's been watching too much Mia Micah. Like, I understand he struggles with him, but
yeah, a lot of yoinks coming in there, picking up a lot of expensive stuff. But Pezz stays alive. Oh, GG.
Yeah, GG. I guess he just wasn't feeling confident there. Like, he was harassing though, and Demi wasn't committing to an attack.
Yeah, that run by was actually going to do a lot of damage. I felt that was a little premature by Pezz.
Yeah, just a little bit. I will say that like I was about to get into before they engaged at Pezz, something that he was really lacking were a couple of things. Either High Templar to deny the Vipers and feedback them to stop those yoinks, or more Stargates to be transitioning into something like Harriers or Tempest or some of that like late game composition. And yeah, we saw like he lost almost all of his AoE there at the end.
Yeah, he lost. He had 4 disruptors there. He lost 2 and a Colossus, a Sentry, and a Stalker to those 5 yoinks.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like a huge heavy loss. I feel like he definitely could have just regrouped at home.
Yeah, definitely.
And his run by at the north was about to do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
He was so out of position there for Demi. Everything was pulled to the front.
Yeah. It was by no means like 100% Demi's win. Like, there was definitely an opportunity there for Pezz to continue on to like turtle up, to harass, to keep Demi busy while he maxes out or, refines his army.
Yeah, if there's anything I know from Pezz is he doesn't like to turtle his Protoss. So no matter if he wins any fight, he likes to be the aggressor from there on.
Yeah. Oh, but GG. Demi takes game 1.
Yeah. Next map going to be Romanticide.
So this is when the conspiracy theory comes in. Pezz can't beat Demi because it's Demi's own tournament, so he got to back out of that one.
Just rewatching that fight coming on the stream there. Yeah, he lost 2 disruptors, Sentry, and a Colossus, so it wasn't like a huge loss to his army there.
Yeah, like he had upgrades on the way, he had another base, he was rebuilding the mothership. Like,
yeah, he had double robo facility as well. All right. Well, Demi, I think maybe just trying to sort out his VPN a little bit. Yeah, as we're going on to Australia for game 2.
Yeah, it's something that we're quite used to here in this region, where in between every single game, everyone just switches up their VPN.
Yeah, everyone's staying on Mudfish. That seems to be the go-to VPN for most players now.
Oh yeah, pretty much.
All right, so Romanticide, we've got the very kind of easy 3 bases for Zerg and Protoss here.
Yeah,
and it's just the 4th base becomes the spooky side for, I think, the Protoss.
Yeah, this map has kind of landed in an interesting place because I've seen a lot of like longer macro games on this map. We've seen a lot of like split map scenarios, but at the same time, I also get like a bit of an Everdream vibe where there's also like a lot of like 2 or 3 base like roach push potential as well, like even like Waddling Queens across the map.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a huge rush distance. Like it's a big map, definitely. Like east to west, if you want to put it that way. But from pole to pole or spawn position to spawn position, it's pretty it's not a long rush distance. It doesn't feel like a long rush distance anyway.
Yeah. So we'll see what we have in store for us here for either of these players. Again, like I was gonna say that Demi, he more prefers like the longer game, but in that last game, if you recall, like he kind of cut drones early. I say cut drones early. Yeah. He just cut drones. Period.
Yeah, it's very un-Demi like to go for like a big kind of two and a half base attack. All right, so here on Romanticide, where are we? We're in the bottom right. Our purple Protoss Mind Freak. It is Pezz.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Romanticide LE, we have the Indian Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Downfall Gaming, currently up 1-0 in this best of 3. He just needs one more to close it out. It is Demi.
Yeah, the Demi Shark just needs one more.
And once again, Pezz, he's on top of that natural denial.
Yeah, and the Overlord's keeping an eye on him, making sure there's no funny pylons going down near the ramp.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I don't know if you have any insight. Has Pezz ever gone for something like a Forge First? Like, has he ever tried to like cannon rush in competitive play?
I don't have memory of it.
Yeah.
I feel like the way he's such an aggressive Protoss that I'm surprised that he doesn't whip out anything like a fast Forge every now and again. Maybe he just doesn't feel confident like it's good enough. But like you just see people like Max Pax just absolutely tear face with it.
Oh yeah. Like there was a time where Max Pax was kind of a meme. But now he's like a solid 6.7k like MMR on Europe. It's like Jesus Christ. Like he's it works.
It's funny watching how like some Protoss players go from like that really kind of cheesy 1 to 2 base play, and then when they get to the top, they just turn into a solid all-around player. Like a player I can recall who was a bit like that years and years ago was Hitman. Hitman was absolutely known for just having like crazy good 2 base Protoss builds and timings, and he was just sitting at the top of the ladder for ages. Just doing those crazy 2 base timings.
yeah. I think another like I guess a popular figure was like Haas as well, where for the longest time, for the majority of his career, he was known as like incredibly cheesy player. But then towards the end, like he actually started macroing, and like that was crazy in and of itself.
Yeah, there's like times where Hitman made it into WCS, and you see him sometimes get into the late game, and he was playing it very solidly.
Yeah. Those were the days. Shout out to Hitman, by the way. Like he's still competing, not in StarCraft, but like he's a really big name in Warcraft 3.
He is indeed. Does very well.
Always cool to see some of these older players or old school players still active in esports in one way or another. And yeah, okay, so once again, just like in game number 1, we do have Pezz going for that Stargate opening.
Yeah, should be able to deny that scout. I don't think the Overlord should make it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it will.
Oh, we'll find out. Nah.
Oh, denied it the last second there. I think it was like a pixel off.
So Demi, unfortunately, he doesn't get to see what tech Pezz threw down, and because he has no vision, he does throw down a bunch of safety spores just in case.
Yep. Yeah, he has good queen count already as well. He's gonna go heavy on the drones, but I feel like his drone count's a little low right now, but a big round just finishing that seems more about right for this time.
Yeah, definitely. And we do see a roach horn being thrown down for Demi. A little bit early. Meanwhile, oh my god, there's no sports here at the third.
Oh no. He might be able to focus these down. That should kill.
Should at least kill one of them. I don't know if he's gonna have enough energy for both.
He got a drone's worth cancelled there.
Not bad whatsoever. Meanwhile, we do once again have the second Oracle out for Pezz as well, so he's going to be joining forces and diving in once again to get some more worker kills.
Yeah, the second Overlord pick off here. Pretty nice. And alright, so going for a similar build to game number 1 here, Pezz. Let's see if he goes for anything a little bit different here with that Twilight Council. So if he goes, maybe he might not go for the quick Dark Templar.
Yeah, we'll see if he decides to go for the Dark Shrine, if he goes for Charged Loss instead. So be careful.
Yeah. touching up those oracles a little bit. So those were a big thing that kept Pezz in that game. In game number 1, or just those 2 oracles just finding openings. I think he killed like 17 workers.
Yeah.
Oracles in total.
There was that time where he went into like an undefended 4th base. There were like 9 drone kills there as well. He was able to kill some queens. Oh boy. Okay, I love this. You know, we're back to normalcy. Demi, he's going for his Spire play. He loves his mutas. And yeah, we'll see how this does here, as you know, we have Blink Stalkers on the way for Pezz.
Yeah. Blink Stalkers with +1. I'm like, oh, this is actually looking okay for Pezz if it's going to be Spire into like a fast like 9-10 mutas.
Yeah, definitely. We see this a lot in like other regions as well, where like there are certain Zerg players who are known for their muta style in ZVP. Like I think the biggest one in Latin America is Jim Rising. He's dubbed the muta king there, and because of that, a lot of the Protoss players, they just blindly go for Blink Stalkers, +1 Blink Stalkers against him, and you know, they fare fairly well.
Well, does he get the denial? No, so he will see the Twilight Council. He might see it researching if he was watching.
I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. You know, he was watching.
Yeah. But the big interesting thing there is the Ling's running and he sees a big counting sentries and a couple of adepts there. So that's he's going to be like, oh, look, my mutas are going to be good.
yeah, you're not wrong. We'll see how hard he commits to the mutas. We do already see 8 mutas on the way for Demi, and we do see that Pezz is going to be able to hit this timing, and because Demi's investing so much in the mutas, like
there's nothing on the ground right now.
Yeah. Oh my god.
This 4th base is going down. It's a second.
Yeah. Oh my.
This is super good for Pezz.
Definitely. At least the 4th base is going to be denied.
He should see the muta. He should have seen the muta with that Phoenix there. Yep, hallucinated Phoenix coming up big there. Gets the scout on the muta, so now he knows he needs to defend back at home. Because eventually he knows his mutas are going to come across through his base.
Yeah. At least I hope he did like notice them as well. He's just going in to confirm. He should be able to see the mutas once again. We should see some stacked defense being thrown down. There we go.
Yep, cannons. And he hasn't sent anything around that top side of the base yet, so he doesn't know about Demi retaking the 4th over there.
Yeah,
that's the only downside to this right now. But he's gonna get a nice bit of creep lead here.
I will say, I feel like Pezz has been very hesitant out here on the map. I feel like potentially after denying the 4th base, he could have tried to go up the ramp, because now Demi, he's bought enough time to like get a decent ground army.
Yeah. Pezz, I feel like this is the time where he needed to get himself a 4th base behind this.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he was just overconfident after denying the 4th of Demi. He confirms that Demi, he just canceled.
He might be going for a big all-in here, actually, because he hasn't started his I guess his pro count is pretty set for 3 bases. But he just made a big round of Stalkers. He continues making Stalkers, actually, and yeah, Disruptors are on the way. Freeing up supply, still no Nexus plans by the look of things.
Yeah, and again, there's still a lot of potential here for Pezz, because he has all these sentries at full energy. There's no Ravagers whatsoever for Demi, so it's going to be so difficult to really get us around with his Lings.
This base finished too, like he can't even cancel this one.
Yeah, another dead 4th for Demi, and finally Demi, he says he's had enough. He's going across the map with his mutas. Oh,
yeah,
what?
But I think Pezz left a lot of his Stalkers back at home as well.
Yeah, and Demi a little bit indecisive. He was halfway across the map. He's like, no, okay, I'm going to turn around. I'm going to try and defend at home.
He didn't see the Disruptors though. He's going to try and defend at home, but the Disruptors are here. Oh, nice hit for the first one. There was a second one there. Where'd it go?
Oh my god, the second one is here. The force fields are so big, though. Yeah, the force fields are beautiful. All the mutas are going down.
Yeah, all the mutas are fighting without the ground army tanking. Drones have been pulled, so the economy hurts right now, but as I said, this is pretty all in for Pezz.
Yeah, definitely, and you know, it looks like for the most part Demi has been able to hold. He did lose quite a number of workers, but he's not in the worst position.
Yeah, he's trying to retake the 4th on the other side of the map. He did take that pretty much straight away, I think. He's like, alright, this base is under threat, I'll take this other base. But Pezz right now just still trying to re-beef his army up. He took a good trade on the ground, but he's going into triple Stargate.
Yeah, kind of a surprising decision there. He is starting his Phoenix production, which, to be fair, are designed to hard counter the mutas, and Demi is still committing to them.
God, I thought that fight would have gone so much better for Pezz. He had like perfect forces and ground keeping the lings and the drones out, and then his the mutas are still fighting so well. But how many meters did he lose there? 15 meters have gone down in this fight, but 23 stalkers have also gone down.
I do think that part of that engagement was that, you know, the disruptors showed up a little bit late, right? Like there was only one disruptor shot and the rest were like trailing behind. So because of that, Demi, he was able to get like his lings on top of the army and tank enough for the mutas to try and clean up.
Yeah, and Demi's just gotten wind of this fourth base, and doesn't look like he's going to try to deny it at this stage. And this is really good for Pezz that his fourth base isn't going to get denied, because now he gets to power up those Phoenix. He's getting +1 attack for him. He's got 3 on the way at a time. He's already got a good chunk. He's going to be taking... His next fight's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, definitely. And oh my god, the mutas... Okay. Demi, please. I'm just waiting for him to finally start harassing. Like, he has a pretty scary amount of mutas, and he just hasn't been across the map with them.
Yeah, well, the thing is now is like, there's almost like no way for him to fight with his mutas either way. Like, because if he gets too close to the bases, the Phoenix chase him around. If he can't take a direct engagement with the mutas on top of the roaches, because of stalkers. Oh, sorry, the muta on top of the stalkers. Because stalkers are now +2 with nearly +3 on the way. It's gonna be an interesting fight next.
Yeah, definitely.
Someone just rolled into that fourth base and died for free. Not quite sure what it was there.
Oh god, and Demi finds an opportunity here to get on top of the stalkers.
Yeah, Phoenix are fighting. Stuff is fighting on the ground. I have no idea how this fight is going right now.
It looks like
they're winning the ground fight.
Yeah, I think the Lings may be able to clean up, and there are just so many mutas. Demi was kind of blindsided by the Phoenixes. I think that was the first he saw of them, and now we see them switch into Corruptors.
Yeah, but now with the economies being the way they are, like, Demi can't really afford to reinforce the ground much anymore either. Like, he's lost 31 meters so far. He's going to get into nice. That was a cheeky little pickup, but it did cost him a Phoenix. Oh, now he's a Corruptors though, so let's see what he decides here. I think he might stay heavy on the Stalkers on the ground.
Yeah, I would hope so. Honestly, for a while now, I wouldn't have minded like a couple of Archons to help out as well.
Yeah. I do like the Zealots because they can smash on the Lings, but they are 2-1 Lings. That's kind of scary.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. So we'll see what Pezz does, especially now that, I mean, this is great. Like, he's finally got his fourth up and running. You know, he's going to be able to take all of his gases and fully saturate it. Pezz is sharking around trying to find some damage here with the Phoenixes. Yeah.
Well, it's a smallish Corruptor fight. If they get too far away, it's almost worth taking a bit of a trade on there to get a few Corruptors.
Oh. Interesting. Yeah, so we may be seeing some Flux Veins. We see a switch into Void Rays as well to help deal with the Corruptors.
Yeah, he's getting some harassed down on the other side of the map. That's a few Zealots, but does get him cleaned up. 3 workers go down in total. But he's just keeping Demi at home right now while he powers up. That's all these little swaps are. The Zealots just keeping his Lings, make sure he's not going to get run by, because he knows the Mutal can't attack him right now.
Yeah, definitely. And this is an interesting decision here. So Demi opts not to go for something like a Greater Spire to go into Broodlords. Instead, we have an Ultralisk Cavern on the way.
This is working out even more for Pezz though, because he's going into a Void Rays.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh boy, again, Demi's struggling a little bit because he didn't go in for another scout. Like, he's not too sure what exactly Pezz, his new army composition is going to be in these later stages of the game. Oh, I think he got a glimpse.
Yeah, he might get a little glimpse of it. The army's starting to move across the map. He's like, maybe it's time to strike before that Void Ray count gets up too much, but 3 more Void Rays are about to spawn.
Oh yeah, definitely. We also have Aeon Pulse Crystals on the way for the Phoenixes. I'm prioritizing that over the Flux Veins, especially since, you know, there aren't too many Void Rays out on the map.
He has a good count of ground units as well to take on the Lings. So it's going to be such a weird fight.
Yeah, it's such a weird fight.
The units are getting absolutely destroyed.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's just so much anti-air here for Pezz. Pushes all the meters.
He's going to take a straight up fight here. There's not too much on the ground. The Lings can't stand and fight either, so now the Stalkers are going to start getting shots on those Corruptors as well. And Pezz equals the arm supply count, and he's pushing him home.
Oh yeah, and he totally could keep pushing again. Ultras are on the way, but they take quite some time to hatch out from the eggs. Pezz, keep going, mate. Kill the base.
Yeah, these are +3 Stalkers. They're gonna make work of these Ultralists, man. They can take a few shots and just blink back, take more shots. It's gonna be a scary couple minutes here for Demi.
Oh yeah, definitely. It looks like this base is forfeit. It is going to be going down, but Demi, he's going to be trying to dive on this, and Ultra does pop out, but it just gets evaporated.
Yeah, absolutely destroyed, and Corruptors are spawning straight into the death of the bonus damage onto Armored. It's insane. He's going to try and take the fight as best he can. The Lings are doing a very good job at trying to hold these Stalkers still, but they do have blink those Stalkers.
Oh, they do, and the Ultras, they are getting on top of the Stalkers, but there are only 2 remaining. It looks like the Corruptors are cleaning up in the sky, though.
Yeah, it looks like it's starting to work out. Immortals are being produced with Stalkers. This is an interesting fight. The healing power is nearly gone. There's only 1 transfuse in that army for now. And Pezz, he needs to find another base.
Yeah.
He did kill that base that was there for Demi. So that's a nice pickup for sure.
Definitely, but, Demi, he's...
Yeah, that was a dicey couple minutes there, as I said.
Definitely. Like, Demi, he's stuck now again on 4 bases. He himself is trying to establish another one, trying to get a 5th up and running. As you said, Pezz, he should be trying to expand at least to the south. Like, Demi hasn't been very aggressive at all. Like, we haven't been seeing a lot of run bys, so Pezz, he just hasn't taken advantage of that, right? Like, for the most part, Demi's been leaving him alone.
Yeah, and we're seeing no extra like upgrades coming out from Pezz. Like, he got to +3 attack on his forge. He didn't start shields. He didn't start armor. Now he's starting to get Archons, which is pretty nice. It's going to very much clear up that ground and let those Stalkers do the work they want to do.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, that's kind of what we're missing here. We're missing Archons. We're missing High Templar for Storm as well. That would have been nice earlier. Now it's kind of negligible because, you know, there aren't any more mutas. And
now he's trying to get the best rate he can out of these Phoenixes. He's going to get a lot of work as well.
Oh my god, no spores whatsoever from Demi, so a lot of work is going to be going down. And as you said, like, because there are no mutas, like, again, he needs to get rid of these Phoenixes.
Yeah. So they're getting... I feel like he's like, I wanted to lose a few there, but he got 16 workers and lost 2 Phoenix. And it was like, I feel like I would have lost more there. But now he's got the Archons in the front to tank for all these Immortals. Oh my god, there's going to be so much damage being pumped out here shortly.
Definitely, this is a terrifying army. To be fair, Demi does have a couple Vipers.
Yeah, what did they prioritize though? There's so many money units here for Pezz.
I know, right? We may see, I don't know, some Blinding Clouds maybe on the ground army. There we see them as the Ultras are trying to get on top of them.
Oh man, those Immortals are doing so much work. They're not quite targeting down the Ultra list though.
They're not. Ooh, and the transfuses are on point as well. The Ultras are just barely staying alive, but is it enough?
Yeah, the Ultras are finally getting cleaned up. Now the Stalkers can clean up on those. I think this might be it here for Pezz. I think he might have finally broke him.
Yeah, definitely. Like, look at Demi's bank. He just doesn't have any minerals. He's struggling to remax. He's making 2 Ultras, but that's it. That's all he has on the way. Yeah,
Pezz still has so much big money on the ground. He's got 2 Mortals still on the front, a couple of Archons to help fight the Ling Stalkers, to fight Corruptors. And, man, if he loses this base, he's so much hurt.
Oh yeah, definitely. His economy is going to be in shambles. I mean, arguably it already is, as the worker count is plummeting for Demi.
How many workers have gone down this game, like 81 workers?
Oh my god, that's more workers than Demi made last game. That's crazy. That's oh my god. And so with that,
workers lost 66 in the bank already. He's made 140 plus workers this game.
Jesus Christ. And Demi, he's struggling now. Finally, Pezz is expanding over to the north. Demi is trying to deny it, but Pezz, he's already here. Oh, actually does force a cancel.
Yeah. Good cancel with those Lings.
Yeah.
The army count for Pezz, the army is still just so scary for Pezz. What has he been reinforcing with? Is it mainly just Stalkers? Has he been getting more Immortals? Yes, he has. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Like I say, you take a fight like that and you don't remax your Immortal count, you've been a spot of bother.
Definitely. We do see Pezz is being active out on the map with these Stalkers, trying to deny any bases that Demi's going for. Meanwhile, Demi, he's trying to establish another 4th base. Again, he's just struggling to make an army. And Pezz, we're just kind of waiting for Pezz to really pull the trigger here and feel comfortable enough to push out.
Yeah, another thing I just really noticed from that big last fight we saw is Demi lost all of his Vipers too. So he has no pulling power. He can't Blinding Cloud currently. It's going to be really rough fight coming up here, but he gets another cancel on that the 5th base.
Oh my god, the tenacity from Demi. He does not give up. He knows like he has to do something with these lings. This is all he has essentially, and so far able to deny the 5th base twice. But Pezz, man, he's just
up for finally.
Yeah, the cannons
expanding now. He's like, all right, if you keep taking this one, I'm still gonna have this one making down the bottom. But I think Demi's already privy to it. He's already sending army down the way.
Yeah.
Okay, Corruptors.
Oh, this is nice. You know, the Corruptors are going to be able to caustic spray, maybe bile down some of these buildings. But yeah, he's also going for a double expand. Pezz, he is giving him a little bit of time, but again, I don't think, like, by no means is he like letting this slip from his fingers.
Yeah, he starts caustic spray, but sees the Archons coming up from behind, so he does have to bug out for now. But Demi's found enough minerals to double expand again. Like, he's taken the base to that south middle, now is going to very south middle as well. Far left south middle. He's long distance mining from it, so he's found some income. It's a little bit better than Pezz now, but Pezz is about to get those 2 bases secured, I think.
Definitely. And what's scary is like Demi, all he has is just lings and ultras. He does have like a decent amount of queens for transfuses, so he has some staying power, but
Archons with that many immortals, man, that's so anti ling ultra.
Yeah.
He's still just remaxing on lings, even though he's starting to get this income back. Like, this is where you need to spend what income you have. Like, look at that gas bank. He needs like those spellcasters.
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised, right? Especially because he has that massive gas bank. He hasn't been, prioritizing getting out Vipers or Infestors. We do see Pathogen Glands is on the way for Demi, which is nice and all, but let's see.
Yeah, this is Pezz shaping up. He just wants to get a good spot of the army before he engages, and he's like, all right, I like the look of this. It's Ling, it's Ultra, it's Queen. I have Storm. I have Archons. I have Immortals. I have Stalkers. It's looking pretty good, so I'll keep my push on the front.
Yeah, but Demi, he's getting ready for a round. He's diving in.
Good Storm to zone there. It's just trying to find whatever trade he can. The army supplies are even. 9 Infestors are on the way. That could be a game changer here.
Oh yeah, definitely, especially because they're lining up with Pathogen Glands finishing up as well, so they're going to have plenty of energy on them for things like Fungal. And maybe Pezz gave him a little bit too much time. We'll see. Again, the Infestors are starting to pop out.
Yeah, very close to popping out. Ling run by heading up into the north base. There are photon cannons there with healing available.
Yeah, it does force a warp in, does force an overcharge as well. Meanwhile, the main armies are engaging.
Oh, he's got Infestors too. He does have feedback available. And Storms. Oh my god, those Storms.
Oh, Jesus
feedback
Christ.
blanketing across everything, and oh man, that is the perfect engagement for Pezz.
GG. Pezz takes game number 2 in an amazing fashion and ties up the series 1-1.
Man, 2 great games, and this is only first 2 games for past tonight.
Yeah.
This is round 1.
Yeah, this is still round 1. We're still here. We have had a couple of updates. No kind of big surprises. We were mentioning it earlier. Beastork did 2-0 rise.
Oh, Vivid got a map on Seath there too.
Oh, that's pretty impressive.
Cheeky.
I don't know if that bodes well for Seether going into me and Mike after losing a game to Vivid.
Vivid historically has been good at taking a single map off Seether here and there. It usually gets him with a cheeky like Ling Bane attack. Because Vivid, as you might have seen, is a very Ling heavy kind of guy. So I feel like he got him with a cheeky Ling Bane attack.
Oh yeah, definitely. Also, my bad, I didn't notice it. Thanks Eddie for pointing it out. I did have the wrong overlay in game. God. Won't be a moment. Alright, we're good. We're beautiful.
Alright, and here on the final map of this series between Demi and Pezz, we're on Pillars of Gold, the purple Protoss in the top right. From Mindfreak, it is Pezz.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Pillars of Gold LE, we have the Indian Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Team Downfall Gaming. It is Demi.
Straight onto the hatchery block is Pezz once again.
Yeah, once again, Demi, unfortunately, he just wants his natural. That's all he wants.
Yeah, there's that little bit of meta there where like there's like that little bit of time where Protoss didn't even send out their probe and Zerg would just take that base anyway, like the far base. And now that Zerg's noticed that, they started trying to take their natural again. And Protoss like, all right, I'll send my probe back across then.
Ugh, awful. I barely remember. They used to, you know what? This could be crazy, Sano, but there used to be a time when Zergs actually could just take their natural bases in this matchup. It's
no.
So I don't believe you. Oh god.
God, I remember back when like 3-4 pool was like really popular versus Protoss.
Those are the days.
Yeah, the funny thing about like this meta, I feel like it's almost privy to like the Taiwan Zerg opener, where they go like the 153rd. Because they can take the 153rd in their natural, so it just gets up so quickly. Yeah. We've seen a couple of Zerg players adopt that, especially in Korea, you know, just to make sure they get their natural expansions up. So get that creep up as soon as possible.
Okay.
And what is going to be the tech here for Pezz?
Yeah.
To start saving up some money there, so it looks like it should be the Stargate.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I wonder what Pezz is going to go for this game. Every single game so far, he's gone for at least a Stargate opener. And yeah, once again. Now, I feel I want to see Pezz do something crazy. We're in Pillars of Gold. It's not the worst map to go Sky Toss. Like, I would love to see him go for something like a double Stargate off of this. Again, it's not really the style that he goes for, as we've seen, you know, this series, but I don't know. I feel like mixing things up, especially against a player like Demi, can really throw them off.
Yeah. Sorry, my mind just went blank for a minute there.
It's all good. Alright, as we're slowly getting into this, nothing too crazy, we're just kind of macroing up. Once again, we do have an Orca opening coming out from Pezz.
Yeah, he's looking to make things look like very similar. So like we saw the two different styles come out of this though from Pezz in 2 games already. So we saw him go double Oracle into Dark Shrine, double Oracle into Faster Blink. So I wonder if he's got something different planned this time. Again.
Yeah. That's the question, you know, is he going to go into Twilight Council again? Is he going to go triple Oracle instead of double Oracle? What's really going to be his style here? And regardless of what happens... Oh?
Very fast robot.
Oh my. Okay.
His extra gases in the natural pretty quick too. Could this be Immortal Sentry?
This could be Immortal Sentry. Regardless, I don't think we're going to be seeing a Twilight Council with this.
Red-based plans.
I have seen Fuck Lao really loves going like a fast robotic spay. Like he likes going robo into robotic space straight up, just to get like fast AoE out, but yeah, we'll see.
Ducklings trying to do what they can. 3 workers, 4. Oh, good start this time around.
Yeah, definitely. Meanwhile, we did see Demi. He did go for a fairly quick Roach Warren. Actually hasn't been spotted by Pezz, which is a little bit concerning. And we could be seeing something similar to game number 1, where Demi just like goes for like a waddle across the map.
Oh man, so many one-hit drones. Still, a 6. He's definitely...
Oh yeah.
Got Demi running around. But Demi did see all those early roaches too. So he's starting to... Oh, he's getting immortals back at home too.
Oh yeah, this is great. Again, very similar to game number 1. He's sending the queens across the map. He's cut drone production. He's making nothing but lanes. He's just going to at least cancel that 3rd base, and we'll see if Pezz is going to be able to defend as well as he did last time. If you recall, he just abandoned the 3rd and tried to hold at the natural.
Yeah, the good thing is he can hold this attack back with the oracles by themselves because the queens take so long to waddle. So if he keeps the oracles fighting the lings, God, this map is not favorable for Queens walking on the map.
Oh god, not at all. And
Seeing two walls there is not going to put a big smile on Demi's face at all.
and Demi, he realized that like, okay, this isn't going to work. He started droning up and he's going for the lair.
Yeah, good call from Demi. He's got to have a backup plan here.
Oh god, and now starts the long walk back home.
Yeah, this time around he didn't get a kill on the third base. In game number 1, the game he won, he actually killed the third base with that attack. So letting Pezz get away with that, he's very heavily hurt his economy for this attack, and Pezz gets to keep his third.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like this is so much better for Pezz compared to game number 1. He he barely lost anything at all. Like Demi wasn't able to commit to any kind of engagement whatsoever. Forced back home, forced to drone up.
Yeah, and quite saturated with drones there.
Yeah, just a little bit. So Demi, he has to do a little bit of housekeeping to get everything sorted.
Yeah.
Luckily, all the queens did make it back home alive.
Oh, he's going quick. It looks like he's going similar to game number 1 again into the swarm host. Like he's getting that fast infestation pit. I don't feel like it's for infestor or hive this quickly.
Yeah. A swarm host would be. I mean, I'm a little bit concerned because now Pezz is going across the map and Demi investing into swarm host is not going to help him at all. He's droning up.
Yeah, that army supply is huge for Pezz right now. He's got a Morlocks, he's got Sentries, he's got Stalkers. Do they have Blink?
They do not have Blink. Exactly, force fields are good enough, and we'll see how good Demi's defense is going to be.
Yeah, more Sentries and Zealots coming up to fight those ones at the front. Immortals, this is a huge attack from Pezz. The Ravager bar's pretty good so far. Doesn't kill a lot of Sentries though, so there's still a lot of enemies. Immortals are just going ham.
Exactly, there's no more links to buffer for the queens or the roaches. The force fields pen them all in.
Oh, wow, what a decisive attack there from Pezz.
GG, Pezz, he's done it. For better, for worse, the player, the person who funds and runs this event, Demi, is knocked out of his own tournament. And congratulations, Pezz, he advances on.
We'll play that from Pezz. Demi, I think, because Pezz, he picks up on players very quickly, like on what they like to do, and he saw that's pretty much what happened in game number 1. Like he lost the third base, and Demi just went full drone and tech behind the attack. He's like, all right, I got a pretty good army here. I can get mineral saturation on my third and just go for a huge attack because you'll probably be droning trying to get into like a tech. And what, you got Lings, Roaches, and a couple of Ravagers? I got this.
Yeah, exactly. Just Demi being a little bit too greedy after that failed attack, right? Like teching up, droning up, the lair was on the way, pneumatize carapace, all this money was being invested elsewhere, and his army really suffered because of it. And he didn't have like any Lings or any detection out on the map to really scout that Pezz was coming.
Yeah, man. Demi it's definitely up to see him fall this early in like a tournament, man, because he's definitely one of the guys who like almost in every kind of SEA Weekly or like any kind of this region's weekly or even WCS, he always makes it almost to the top 8, top 4 every time.